Hey there everyone, and today I'm going to be filming again. Well, I don't need to say that, but I'm filming my second episode of the Dark Basic Professional Editor tutorial stuff, and yeah. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play music and such on the games, so basically the basic commands for music and stuff, you know, like play music, there's music and then there's also sounds, actually. So there's different kinds of files you can use for music and the sounds. So what you're going to use for a normal sound, I usually use a WAV file, and for a song or music, I play MP3 files. So let's say we want to start off a game. I'm going to type in sync on sync rate, you know, just the basics. Set your sync rate on to 60 maybe. That's good rate for good computers. And then I'm probably, sorry about that. I just choked on my spit for a second. Well, let's head on to the music part of this, actually. So in order to play music, for music, not the sounds, you type in play music and then number of the music, or music number. But first, before you do that, you have to load music. Type in its name, say blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if you name files that. And then you would type in its ID number, or if they've changed it since I post this, just use the, go up to help and click command help, because I will be updating again later soon. And in order to loop music, you type in loop music, and then that music you've loaded in. And I already showed you how to play the music. Now, it's the same thing for sound, except instead of typing in play music, like this, you type in play sound. Yeah. Then the sound ID or number. But you still have to load that in first by typing in load. Oh, wow. Stupid keyboard. Let's see, load sound. And then whatever you want to, yeah, same thing as the music. So as people do that, some people want to have a command for it, or when some kid hits the jump button or space or something forward. So say whenever I jump, I want to have it jump my character, move my object. And I want it to play music as it jumps, or a sound like burp, or whatever you want it to sound like when it jumps, really, because I have no idea what you like to sound like when you jump. Maybe you like farting when you jump, I have no idea, just, okay. So when you do that, you would use the if space key, then you use this, I don't know what that's about, but it's sort of mandatory, and then equals 1. Then, I spelled that wrong. Wow. I'm so great at English, aren't I? No. So, if the space key, this means right here if we hit the space key once, then it will play, say, I want to do the sound, I can type in play sound. Let's make that 1. But before that, I'm going to have to say load sound. Then whatever its name, yeah, you know what I did before. Yep. And then if you want to have a separate command for it, you can simply hit space, hit the semicolon, or colon, and then go like this. Type in move object. Really? Am I that bad at that? Move object. And then, you know, the XY, you say it's ID number 000, you got your X and Y, your X, Y, and Z there, that's what you type in for that, for the object position. And then you want to add in gravity, but I'll get into that later when I do the multiplayer, or when I do the controls in multiplayer. So after that, you can basically loop music as much as you can using the loop music and such. And you can also set volume, which I think this is the funnest part about it. You go set volume 1. I did this wrong. God. I'm just like, I think my nose is just clogged up to that, like, so much that I'm like, oh, like that all the time. And I'm not sure you need to hear that, but it's what you're gonna hear now. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's see my sync rate. So I have my sync rate and everything, and basically you can set your volume and such, which I guess I'll do another part for the video on that. Just, wow. So I'll probably do another part in the video, that way I can keep this little series going for just a while, because there's a lot of stuff to cover, but I'm not very good at covering this, because I'm still new to it, but I'm in a computer classes and stuff like that, computer classes and such. So I'm learning on my way too. So forgive me if I'm wrong on anything or if it updates and changes, because I usually use Visual Basic, the 2008 like 2011 version, and this is the 2013 I actually just got on my computer, because I use crappy computers where I learned or in my classes. So let's see. Think on, think right. No, I don't know why I did that, but so basically, you can even use a do loop on the sound. To be honest with you, you can type in play sound ID number and then write the loop. But that's not as fun, is it? No, it's not. Okay, and also today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do Go subs. So for this example, I'm just gonna give me a second. I'm gonna turn on backdrop real quick. Wow, my keyboard's just messing up. So I'm gonna type in backdrop on, and then I'm gonna turn on AutoCam on, and then after that, what you want to do is say if, and then say, let's do up key for this. If up key this equals 1, or the value for it, you don't have to space, but I prefer to. Then you write. That way it says after you do this, then you do that. And then you type in, say, we want to use go sub. And go sub is basically go section. Or I prefer to use the go to command right here. I put that in caps because it looks nicer to me. And then you type in the name of the section. Say I want, derp as a section. I guess I'll go with that. I can go ahead later and type in derp on any of these sections, and then I can go derp this, and then I can go okay. I can derp and I can say make object, say cube, and I'll go 1-50 for the size. But say I want a different command later on, that say if I want to hit right key, if I want to make it so when I hit right, or wow, I just typed in right. Wow, okay. I type in right key. If right key, that means if this is stated or the value is hit, or that's what these count as these little things. You know what I mean? These. That's what they represent, is the variable or the amount of that. So, and then say if that equals 1, or the value, or how many times you pressed it, then I can type then, and I use the go to command, and say I'm going to have to name a different section. I'll write lol for the section. I'll type in lol here, and simply go like that, and I'll make object cylinder, object ID, and then the size I want, and then I can be done with that. And I will compress this now. Give me a second. Where is my special? Here it is. Okay. So I'll let this. Oh, I forgot to do the do loop for sync. Derp. I am such a derp. Okay. Do. And then I'm going to set the loop. Right. Sync. And simply go like this. Okay. Let this So if up key, now it should go to derp. Oh, I forgot to put async on there. I'm derping out today. And then I'll type in sync. I'll type in sync again. And I'll run it. I'm seeming to have technical difficulties. Let's see. I think you're supposed to run. Oh, I see what I did. End of this. Nope, it wasn't that, I guess. Oh yeah. Make this a do loop. Here we go. Now we set a do. So that means when we hit this, just let this load. It will, I held it down too long. And it built too many objects. Say I go, I made an object cylinder with the same ID code. No wonder it didn't work. I have to change the ID code. Okay, that's better. Okay. Now we have that load, but since I have this as my only command, so that I can keep that going if I wanted to, by making it print a ton of text randomly across the screen if I wanted to. But that's basically how you use the go to command. That means you go to a subsection which you have to name, like this, and then put a colon next to it, which I think is very helpful. It's very useful for organizing things or using the if commands, which I will be showing you the if then loops and for loops next episode. So I will see you guys then.